राम 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 सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वक नमस्काराः. A warm welcome to the 17th session of Shivananda Lahari. पञ्चविंशति श्लोकाः अस्माभिः पठिताः. गतकक्ष्यायां पुनरावर्तनमपि आसीत्. अद्य 26 श्लोकादारभ्य वयं पठिष्यामः. So we have completed 25 verses out of the 100 verses in Shivananda Lahari. Last class, I was very happy to listen to all of you chant. Many of you couldn't get a chance, but we will have more individual chanting sessions, so you all can chant there. And today we will commence with the 26th verse, and we will learn probably 2 or 3 verses depending on the time. So warm welcome to the panelists also for today. So we have Charu, we have Aditi who will be helping us in the Anucharanam. Adau Guruvandanam Uktva Kakshyayaha Prarambham Kurmaha. Sarve Kripaya Guruvandanam Vadantu. Gururev Gatirgurumev Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Gurov Paramam Shishurasmi Guroho Matirasti Gurau Mama Pahi Guro Shruti Smriti Purananamayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Saundarya Lahari Kartre Sarva Mangala Daine Shankaracharya Varyaya Yati Rajaya Te Namaha Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhudhyaya Kinkari Yasya Samaya Shankaracharyamashraye Prahlada Varado Devo Yo Nrisimha Paro Harihi Nrisimho Pasakan Nityam Tan Nrisimha Gurum Bhaje Shri Satchidananda Shivabhinavya Nrisimha Bharatyabhidhanyatindran Vidyanidhin Mantranidhin Sadatmanishtan Bhaje Manava Shambhurupan Sadatmadhyana Niratam Vishayebhyah Paranmukham Naumi Shastreshu Nishnatam Chandrasekhara Bharati Vivekinam Mahaprajñam Dhairyaudarya Kshamanidhim Sadabhinava Purvantam Vidyatirtha Gurum Bhaje Bharati Karuna Patram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye Bharati Tirthavaryantam Bhakta Hrittapanashanam Bhavabhiti Haran Devam Bhavaye Satatam Hridi Vidya Vinaya Sampannau Vitaragau Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvajñau Vidhushekhara Bharati Ananta Guna Sampannam Anantabhidhaya Shrutam Ananta Jnana Datrintam Mataram Pranumo Vayam Gairvanya Sanvibodhena Jivanam Maulya Sanyutam Yakarottan Namamyambam Sharada Murtarupini Kalabhyan Chudalankrita Shashikarabhyan Nijatapah Phalabhyam Bhakteshu Prakatita Phalabhyam Bhavatu Me शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम् आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यान्नतिरियम्. Okay. Now, Charu, please unmute, share your video. 26th shloka. Kada va tvam drishtva.
कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा
Tatra, please repeat it as Twan drishtva. Let us combine the sandhi parasavarna. Twan drishtva.
कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा
गिरीश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम्.
गिरीश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम् गिरीश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम्
गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्याम्.
गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्याम् गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्याम्
शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन्.
शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन्
समाश्लिष्याघ्राय.
समाश्लिष्याघ्राय समाश्लिष्याघ्राय
स्फुटजलजगन्धान्.
स्फुटजलजगन्धान् स्फुटजलजगन्धान्
परिमलानलभ्याम्.
परिमलानलभ्याम् परिमलानलभ्याम्
ब्रह्माद्यैः.
ब्रह्माद्यैः ब्रह्माद्यैः
मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये.
मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये
So, kadava tvam drishtva. When we combine, it becomes tvam drishtva. So we must progress. So all of you are chanting the Anuswara completely. Last class also, in the Punaravartanam, I noticed that many of us are not doing the Parasavarana, but it is a very good practice and also for consistency's sake. And to progress, see, there are various ways to learn a language. One is even those who have not studied Sanskrit are learning Sanskrit. Whether knowingly, unknowingly, you are learning Sanskrit in the process of studying or reading these shlokas. So, tvam drishtva, when we combine, it becomes tvan drishtva. We combine the sandhi, it becomes tvan drishtva. So, let us all combine the sandhi and chant. Girisha tava bhavyangri yugalam. Bha and gha are Mahapranas. Grihitva hastabhyam. Bha is Mahaprana. Shirasi nayane vakshasi vahan. Samashlishyaghraya. Gha is Mahaprana. Sphuta jalaja gandhan. Sphu and that phu and dha are Mahapranas. Here we do not stop. Parimala nalabhyam is one word. So we continuously chant that. We do not stop there. So parimala nalabhyam brahmadyehi mudamanu bhavishyami hridaye. Bha is Mahaprana. Now let's do one pada at a time. कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरिश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम्.
कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरीश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम् कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरिश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम्
गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन्
गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन्
समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान्
समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान्
परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये
परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये
Uttamam. Here anubhavishyami, that sh, let us make it clearer. So just for all of you to note here, see here, drishtva sh and girisha sh. Then samashlishyaghraya. Here first is samashli, that is sh, Shiva. Here samashlishyaghraya. So that subtle difference in the pronunciation of sh and sh should be clearly made out. If you listen to our class on pronunciation, you will get this discussion about the difference in sh and sh, and the place of origin of these two letters is also different. And here again, anubhavishyami. So this sh, the tongue, it curls up, and it is a murdhanya sha. So where we pronounce ta, tha, da, dha, na, and sh. These are all the murdhanya letters. They all have the same place of origin. Anubhavishyami hridaye. Okay, now we will do 2 lines at a time. Kada va tvam drishtva girisha tava bhavyanghriyugalam गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन्
कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरिश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम् गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरिश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलम् गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन्
समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये
समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये
Uttamam. Now the entire verse. Kada va tvam drishtva girisha tava bhavyanghriyugalam गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये.
कदा वा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरिश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलं गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये.
Uttamam. A very beautiful verse. So every verse we read, we experience the joy more and more of this wonderful stotram called Shivananda Lahari. So in the 25th verse, which was Tavair Brahmadinam. So if you have missed any class, the recordings are available on YouTube and on our course page. Please catch up because there is a continuity in the meaning also. So in the previous verses, we have seen how he was asking in 24th verse, Kadava Kailase Vibho Samba Swamin Paramashiva. So when will I behold that sight in Kailasa? And also next, he also said in the 25th verse, Stavair Brahmadinam Niyaminam Jaya Jaya Vachobhihi Gananam Kelebhihi. So again, that beautiful sight in Kailasa, where Brahma and others are praising Parameshwara, and with the Jayakara by all the Munis, and the music by the Ganas. So Shankaracharya was visualizing that sight, and also through the verse making us to experience that beautiful sight of Parameshwara in Kailasa. Continuing that scheme of shlokas in this shloka 26th verse, again kada. So those who attended last class or those who have watched our video will know kada means when. So he's been asking, when will I behold this beautiful sight, that darshana lalasa of a bhakta? When will I see? When will I have that darshan, O Parameshwara? Here again, kadava tvam drishtva. Whenever will I see you, or whenever having seen you. And what is the visualization here? Hey Girisha, O Parameshwara, tvam drishtva, having seen you, hastabhyam grihitva, having held in my hands, having held what? Tava bhavyangri yugalam. Bhavya, auspicious, which are mangalakara. And so that bhavya angri yugalam, that is your pair. Yugalam is pair. The pair of your feet. So tava bhavya angri yugalam, the pair of your auspicious, glorious feet. So having held your glorious feet in my hands, what else do I do? Shirasi, nayane, vakshasi, vahan. So having held the feet of Parameshwara in his hands, Shankaracharya is saying he will place the feet on his head. So with reverence, right? So we know whenever we get, like, say, the paduka of Guru, or it's with reverence. It is a practice to first touch that paduka or even a vigraha murti of Bhagavan to the eyes. Then paduka, they also keep it on the head as a mark of respect. And so when will I keep that? Keep your feet, hold your feet in my hand, then gently touch them to my eyes and place them on my head. Vakshasi, and also Shirasi means on the head. Nayane means eyes. Also what? Vakshasi. Samashlishya, which means Samashlishya means holding them very close to the chest. That is embracing your feet to my chest. How are they? Sphuta jalaja gandhan parimalan alabhyam brahmadhyaihi. So sphuta jalaja. Jalaja means the one which is born in water. So the common parlance, the common meaning understanding of jalaja is lotus. Jalaja, Sarasija, Saroja, all these mean lotus. Sputa Jalaja Gandhan, the fragrance of fully bloomed lotuses. So Bhagavan's feet are like fully bloomed lotuses, and they also have the fragrance of fully bloomed lotuses. Parimala means that fragrance. Parimala nalabhyam brahmadyaihi. So those feet are unattainable even by Brahma and other deities. So having held those lotus feet with that fragrance of a fully bloomed lotus in my hands, and having touched that gently to my eyes and placing them on my head and tightly embracing them to my chest, when, O Shiva, will I experience this bliss? Kada tvam drishtva, having seen you and having placed your feet in my hand, on my head, and on my to my eyes, on my head, and on my chest. When will I experience this mudam, bliss or joy? Kada anubhavishyami hridaye. When will I experience this joy in my heart, O Parameshwara? So that is the beautiful description Shankaracharya is giving us in this verse. Let us once read the overall meaning. When will I behold you, O Bhagavan of the mountains? That is Girisha. That is what it means. Lovingly taking hold of your auspicious pair of feet with my hands, placing them upon my head, eyes, and chest, embracing them closely, and inhaling their divine fragrance akin to the sweet scent of fully bloomed lotuses, an aroma unattainable even by Brahma and other deities. When will I experience that supreme bliss in my heart? So this is the Anandam, that is the Shivanandam, which Shankaracharya, having experienced through the stotram, he is taking all of us, all the sadhakas also, in that journey to experience this Shivananda Lahari. So now, along with the meaning, let us chant once. Kada va tvam drishtva गिरिश तव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलं गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलानलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः मुदमनुभविष्यामि हृदये. Okay, now next verse, Aditi. Karasthe hemadrau.
करस्थे हेमाद्रौ करस्थे हेमाद्रौ
गिरीश निकटस्थे धनपतौ.
गिरीश निकटस्थे धनपतौ गिरीश निकटस्थे धनपतौ
गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभि.
गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभि गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभि
चिन्तामणिगृहे चिन्तामणिगणे.
चिन्तामणिगणे चिन्तामणिगणे
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ.
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ शिरस्थे शीतांशौ
चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे.
चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे
कमर्थं दास्येऽहम्.
कमर्थं दास्येऽहम् कमर्थं दास्येऽहम्
Bhavatu bhavadhartham mama manah.
भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
Uttamam. Karasthe hemadrau. So, tha mahaprana. Karasthe hemadrau. Hemadrihi is mountain of gold. Hemadrau. Note the dvitvam there. Hema adrau. Hemadrau. Girisha nikatasthe. Again, the is mahaprana. Dhanapatau. Dha is mahaprana. Grihasthe. The mahaprana. Swarbhujamara surabhi chinta mani grihe. Mani gane. Sorry, we are not supposed to split here. I split at surabhi just because the first time some of you might find it difficult to say the entire line together. So I split there, but we are not supposed to split. Swarbhujamara surabhi chinta mani gane. So bhu and bhi are mahapranas. Shirasthe, the is mahaprana. Shitamshau charana yugalasthe kila shubhe. The and bhe mahapranas. This S-like symbol is called avagraha chinha. You all will be familiar by now. When you split, it becomes charana yugalasthe akhila shubhe. But when we combine the sandhi, the a is dropped. And instead of that, we get this avagraha chinha. It's called purva rupa sandhi. Kamartham. Kamartham, tha is mahaprana. Dasyeham. So when we combine these two, we chant it as Kamarthan dasyeham. Let us all cultivate this habit of combining the parasavarana sandhis. Kamarthan dasyeham. Here again, same. Dasye aham. So the same purva rupa sandhi which I explained. Bhavatu. Bha. Bhavadartham. Bha and tha mahapranas. Mama manaha. Now we will do one pada at a time. Karasthe hemadrau girishanikatasthe dhanapatau.
करस्थे हेमाद्रौ गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ करस्थे हेमाद्रौ गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ
गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे.
गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे.
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे
कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः.
कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
Uttamam. Now we will do 2 lines at a time. Here, just one observation in the second line. All of you please note. Grihasthe Swarbhujamara Surabhi Chintamani Gane. So, usually, according to this Shikharini Chandas, we know that after the 6th syllable, 6th letter, there is a yati. That is, we pause. Therefore, you have this more gap given to you here in the verses where we can pause. That would have been at Swarbhuja, just going by the number of letters and yati. However, because this entire word is samasta padam, compound word, we shouldn't pause at Swarbhuja. So we continue Swarbhuja Marasurabi Chintamani Gane. So when we chant we should not chant it in such a way that Swarbhuja Marasurabhi. It should not be heard like that. The reason I am telling you, when I tell you the meaning, it will become clearer. Swarbhuja Amarasurabi is the word there. Okay, so the word is Amarasurabi. Amarasurabi refers to the cow of the gods or the divine cow, which is Kamadhenu. So we should make it a point that when we chant, those who are listening should not hear it as Swarbhuja Marasurabi. That would be wrong. It is Amara Surabhi. Marasurabi will make the meaning opposite actually. Amara. Okay, that eternal cow, Surabhi, Amara Surabhi. Which is why when you know the words, when you know the meaning, your chanting also improves. And you will be able to correctly give that emphasis so that we do not split in such a way that it is inaccurate or incorrect. Okay, now we will do 2 lines at a time. Karasthe hemadrau गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे
करस्थे हेमाद्रौ गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे करस्थे हेमाद्रौ गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे किमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे किमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
Once again, Shirasthe.
शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
Uttamam. Now the entire verse. Karasthe hemadrau गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
करस्थे हेमाद्रौ गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भुजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः
Uttamam. Okay. Now, in this verse, Shankaracharya is wondering, what can I give you, O Parameshwara? You have everything with you. So what is it that I can give you? A bhakta wants to give something to Bhagavan. So our guru used to say always, when you go to see elders, guru, Bhagavan, small children, etc., we never go with empty hands, especially a guru and Bhagavan and elders. We take something, fruits, flowers, something like that. So that is our practice which has come over the ages. And so we follow that when we go to see someone with a lot of reverence. Similarly, when very young, children, babies, infants also. So that is a mark of love, affection, respect, reverence, etc. Here, the bhakta is wondering, what can I offer Parameshwara? He has everything with him, right? There is nothing which I can offer you. So with that bhava, Shankaracharya has composed this particular verse. Karasthe hemadrau. So in your hand, you have a mountain made of gold. Hema adri. So can I offer you gold? Can I offer you gold? I can't, because you have a mountain made of gold in your hand. So for this, you all can read up about the story of the Meru Parvata. So the Meru Parvata is called Hemadri, the mountain made of gold. And Ishvara used that Hemadri, Meru Parvata itself, as a weapon at the time of Tripura Samhara, while killing these Rakshasas. At the Tripura Samhara, the Tripura Rakshasas, he used that Meru Parvata itself as a weapon. So he lifted that golden mountain, the gold mountain, in his hand. So that entire gold mountain made of gold is in your hand. Girisha, again, O Parameshwara, Dhanapatau Nikatasthe. Kubera is your dearest friend. So again, you all can read up. These are stories from Puranas. You all can read on this. So Kubera, who is known as the leader of the Lord of Yakshas and the Adhipati of Dhanam, wealth. So even in Vastu and all, we see that Kubera Mula is where Kubera is anything to do with Dhanam, wealth, treasury. So he is the Lord of wealth. And Kubera, who is he? You only have given him that position. So read up on that story where Shiva himself gives him that position of, he has only designated him as that Lord of wealth. And he has made Kubera his friend. So Shiva himself has made Kubera his friend, and Kubera is the dearest friend of Shiva. And Kubera also stays close. Ishvara blesses him that he will stay in Alakapuri, which is close to where Ishvara resides. So you have given that sthana of the Lord of Wealth to Kubera. He is your dear friend and he stays close to you. So the very Lord of Wealth is your best friend staying near you. And in fact, Shiva only has given him that position. So can I offer you wealth? No. Because the Lord of entire wealth is with you. He's your friend staying close to you. And Grihasthe, in your house, what do you have? Swarbhuja. Swarbhuja is the Kalpavriksha, the wish-yielding tree. So in Swarga, we have this Kalpavriksha where whatever you wish, that tree will grant. So that tree is in your own house. What else do you have in your house? Swarbhuja, that is the Kalpavriksha. And you have Amara Surabhi. Like I told you, Amara Surabhi, the celestial, divine cow, Kamadhenu. The very name Kamadhenu means whatever you desire, the cow will give you. So that divine Kamadhenu is in your very house. What else do you have? The Chintamani. The Chintamani is supposed to be the wish-yielding gem. So Ishvara has in his own house the Kalpavriksha, Kamadhenu, and Chintamani. The wish-yielding tree Kalpavriksha, the celestial cow, wish-yielding cow Kamadhenu, and the Chintamani, which gives whatever you want, the wish-fulfilling gem Kamadhenu. This Gana, the group of these things is there in your house, which means, oh Parameshwara, whatever you want, you can get it right there. So what is it that I can offer you which is mine? That's what Shankaracharya is wondering. So let us see what he finally offers. Shirasthe Sheetamshu. So on your head you have the Sheetamshu, the moon. He is Chandrachuda. He is Chandrashekhara. Charana Yugalasthe Akhila Shubhe. So Akhila Shubhe, Shiva itself means auspiciousness. Shiva is the source and the ultimate auspiciousness himself. So, Akhila Shubhe, all the Mangalakara Vastus, the entire auspiciousness, you are the source of it. So, they are at the pair of your lotus feet. Charana Yugala is the lotus feet, the pair of feet. So, the entire auspiciousness in this and all the in the entire universe is at your feet, and you are the source of auspiciousness. Kam artham aham dasye. Kam artham. Please remember, it is not kimartham. Kimartham means why in Sanskrit. There is a tendency to just chant it as kimartham. It is not kimartham. It is kam artham. What object or what wealth? Shankaracharya says in that Mohamudgara Stotram, Bhajagovindam, artham anartham bhavaya, right? So artham means wealth or any object or wealth or treasure. Or sometimes it can also mean money according to the context. So kam artham, what wealth or what treasure, aham dasye, what can I offer you? The entire gold, the mountain of gold is in your hand. The Lord of Wealth is staying close to you and he is your best friend. And in your house, you have all the wish-yielding tree, the wish-yielding cow, the wish-yielding gem, and the entire auspiciousness is at your feet. You are the source of auspiciousness. Kam artham dasye, what object, what wealth can I offer you, Parameshwara? Bhavadartham, for you, mama manaha bhavatu. May my mind be for you. So I offer my mind to you. That is the only thing, nothing else I can offer in this world. So may my mind be to you. I offer my mind wholeheartedly to you, O Parameshwara. Mama manaha bhavadartham bhavatu. So let my mind be completely yours, O Parameshwara, because there is nothing else I can offer you. So now let us chant this verse, or let us read the meaning once and then chant this verse. O Parameshwara, in your hands lies a golden mountain. Near you resides Kubera, the Bhagavan of wealth. In your house are the celestial tree, Kalpavriksha, and divine wish-fulfilling treasures like Kamadhenu, the celestial cow, and Chintamani, the gem. On your head rests the cool rayed moon, and at your lotus feet lies the source of all auspiciousness. What can I possibly offer to you? Let my mind be entirely dedicated to you for your service. Karasthe hemadrau गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भूजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थेऽखिलशुभे कमर्थं दास्येऽहम् Bhavatu bhavadartham mama manaha. Next, a very beautiful verse, Charu. Sarupyantava pujane.
Sarupyam tava pujane. Sarupyam tava pujane.
Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane.
Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane. Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane.
Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata.
Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata. Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata.
Sangatya Sambhashane.
Sangatya Sambhashane. Sangatya Sambhashane.
We are not supposed to split at Janata. I split it just for the first time because the word seems very big otherwise for you. Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane. We have to chant that together. Salokyancha.
Salokyancha. सालोक्यं च
चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने
चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने
भवानीपते
भवानीपते भवानीपते
सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति
सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति
स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्
स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम् स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्
Here there is a change in the chandas. Okay, the chandas is the meter changes here. So verses 1 to 27 was in Shikharini chandas. And here you see the lines are slightly bigger. So it's a more number of letters, syllables per pada, per quarter. This is called Shardula Vikriditam chandas, 19 syllables per pada. And I think 28 till 43 or so, we have Shardula Vikriditam. Saundarya Lahari, all are in the same chandas, all 100 in Shikharini. Here, first 27 in Shikharini, 28 to 43 or so in this Shardula Vikriditam. So you will see there is a slight change in where we stop, etc. Sarupyam Tava. Sarupyam Tava. When we combine Pujane, Shiva, Mahadeveti Sankirtane. Samipyam, no splitting in this line. Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane. So Bha, Dhu and Bha are Mahapranas. Salokyam cha. When we combine, it becomes Salokyam cha. Chara charatmaka tanudhyane. Please note the dvitvam there. Chara charatmaka tanudhyane. Bhavani pate. Dha and bha are Mahapranas. Sayujyam. Everywhere here you have the dvitvam. Sarupyam. That pa dvitvam. Samipyam. Pa there dvitvam. Salokyam. Ka dvitvam. Sayujyam. Ja dvitvam. Mama siddhamatra. Dha is Mahaprana. Bhavati. Bha is Mahaprana. Swamin kritarthosmyaham. Here, the first ta is Alpaprana. Second is Mahaprana tha. Kritarthosmyaham. So, kritarthaha asmi aham. Kritarthosmyaham. Now we'll do one pada at a time. Sarupyam tava pujane Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane.
सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिव महादेवेति संकीर्तने सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिव महादेवेति संकीर्तने
सामीप्यं शिव भक्ति धुर्य जनता सांगत्य संभाषणे
सामीप्यं शिव भक्ति धुर्य जनता सांगत्य संभाषणे सामीप्यं शिव भक्ति धुर्य जनता सांगत्य संभाषणे
सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते
सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते
सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्
सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम् सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्.
Entire verse. Oh, we have to do 2 lines at a time, right? Now, Charu. Sarupyam tava pujane Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane.
सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिव महादेवेति संकीर्तने सामीप्यं शिव भक्तिधुर्यजनता साङ्गत्य सम्भाषणे सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिव महादेवेति संकीर्तने सामीप्यं शिव भक्तिधुर्यजनता साङ्गत्य सम्भाषणे
सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्
सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम् सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्.
Now the entire verse. सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिव महादेवेति संकीर्तने सामीप्यं शिव भक्तिधुर्य जनता साङ्गत्य सम्भाषणे सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्.
सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिव महादेवेति संकीर्तने सामीप्यं शिव भक्तिधुर्यजनता साङ्गत्य सम्भाषणे सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम्.
Very, very wonderful verse. This shows us the greatness of Shankaracharya. So there are 4 kinds of mukti or moksha which are contemplated in Sagunopasana, and also Sayujyam could be also Nirgunopasana. So here 4 kinds of mukti or moksha are what you see here. Sarupyam, Samipyam, Salokyam and Sayujyam. Okay, the key word here, apart from these 4 kinds of mukti, is Siddham Atra Bhavati. So our Shankaracharya is telling us that these 4 kinds of mukti, where will you get? Not after the death somewhere in Swargaloka somewhere. Atra Bhavati Swamin. Here only I will experience these 4 kinds of mukti. How we will see in this verse. Swamin aham kritarthaha asmi. So kritarthaha means one who has attained that which is to be attained. So attaining Bhagavan, only Bhagavan is that which is to be attained. All the other things are transient, will, wealth, position, power, etc. Swamin kritarthaha asmi. I am kritarthaha. I have achieved the fulfillment of my life. So my life is fulfilled now. Kritarthaha asmi. How? Sarupyam Shiva, O Mahadeva, O Parameshwara, O Shiva, Tava Pujane, Sarupyam. So, in your worship, in worshipping you, I experience Sarupyam. So, Sarupyam means the same form as Shiva. So, Bhakta becomes like attains the same form as Shiva. So how will this happen? Shankaracharya is saying that when I worship you, that time itself I experience this Sarupya Mukti. That is, I attain resemblance with you, Sarupya Mukti, when I worship you. Tava Pujane Sarupyam. So by worshipping with that Ananya Chitta, with unwavering devotion to you, that Sarupya Mukti, that is resemblance with you, I attain. So we know how when we start any puja, there's a very famous shloka. Deho Devalaya Proktaha Jivo Bhuta Sanatanaha. Tyajed Ajnana Nirmalyam Soham Bhavena Pujayet. So our own form, we consider it to be Bhagavan, and that is the truth, right? The Advaita says Soham. That is the Jivatma, Paramatma are one and the same. So Deho Devalaya Proktaha Jivo Bhuta Sanatanaha. This body itself is a temple. And the Jiva is Sanatana. Tyajed Ajnana Nirmalyam Soham Bhavena Pujayet. So while doing puja, my entire manaha becomes Bhagavan. So Sarupyam, that Sarupya Mukti, I attain just by worshipping you. Then Mahadeveti Sankirtane Samipyam. The second kind of mukti, that is Samipyam, closeness, proximity to Bhagavan. All this is in Sagunopasana. When we have a we do upasana to Bhagavan in a form. Here it is Parameshwara. We are looking at Bhagavan in the form of Parameshwara. Samipyam, closeness or proximity, that kind of mukti. How do I attain? Mahadeveti Sankirtane. Mahadeva, by doing Sankirtana like that, by doing bhajan and stotram of Mahadeva, I get that mukti of Samipya, that is proximity or closeness. Then next is Salokya Mukti. Salokya is being in the same loka. That is, for Shiva it is Kailasa. For Vishnu we say it is Vaikuntha. So in our Shastra it is said that if you are in the same loka as Shiva, everyone appears like Shiva. In Vishnu loka, everyone appears like Vishnu in Vaikuntha. So that is Salokya, being in the same loka as Bhagavan. So how do I attain Salokya Mukti? Shiva Bhakti Dhuriya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane Salokyam. So Shiva Bhakti Dhuriya Janata, in companionship and in conversation with Shiva Bhaktas, Shiva Bhakti Dhuriya Janata. So among people who are immersed in Shiva Bhakti, Sangatya, in their companionship, in their satsanga, in their holy company, and Sambhashane, by speaking with them, what do I get? I get Salokya Mukti. So you are in that loka where everybody is speaking. So if among this, all of us experience when we go to a very nice gathering, be it an upanyasa or in a temple, where there are divine vibrations, and also could be in group chanting. There is so much of energy when we chant as a group, and also when we listen to music. So in that satsangati has a lot of power. Like Shankaracharya says, Satsangatve Nissangatvam. In the end he says Jivan Muktihi in Bhajagovinda Stotram or Mohamudgaram. So Satsanga has so much of power to elevate a person. Here Shankaracharya is saying Shiva Bhakti Dhuriya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane. In the company of those who are immersed in Shiva Bhakti and speaking to them only about Shiva and Shiva Dhyana, I experience Salokya. I experience Salokya Mukti, that is being in the same loka as Shiva, as Parameshwara. This all of us can experience in the company of such in Satsanga. And also very in Sundarakanda, sorry, I will take some time for this verse. It's a very beautiful and very important verse. So when Hanuman sees Sita, she's in Ashokavana under the tree, Shimshapa Vriksha, surrounded by Rakshasis, all of them scolding her, rebuking her, and asking her to accept Ravana. And she's only hearing all these things for those 7 months or so. Then when Hanuman comes, then he wonders, he sees Sita on top, he sheds tears at her plight, and he wonders, what should I speak to her about? What should I tell her? And then he says what she likes Rama Kirtanam, right? So I will start with telling the story of, narrating the story of Rama, because she has only heard all the, very harsh, rude words for so long, so many months. I will start with Rama. And so he starts narrating the story of Rama. And then Sita is so happy to hear Rama Nama after so many months amidst those Rakshasis in Ashokavana. Then when he introduces her to her and starts speaking, she asks him, Hanuman, please tell me, Gunan Ramasya Kathaya, please tell me how is Rama, describe his qualities, describe how he is to me. So she wants to hear more about Rama. So both Rama Bhakta, Sita and Hanuman, in that, Rakshasa Loka, which is Lanka, among all those Rakshasas, in their conversation, they create this Ramaloka for themselves when Hanuman narrates about Rama's gunas to Sita when he sees her for the first time. So in the company of bhaktas, you can experience that Salokya Mukti. That is the third kind of Mukti. Then the fourth is the ultimate, which is very important aspect of Advaita, Sayujyam. Sayujyam means that ultimate union with Bhagavan, where there is no difference between you and Bhagavan. Like when a tributary flows to an ocean, once the tributary or a river flows into an ocean, or a tributary merges into a river, that entire thing becomes water, right? When you take ocean water, you cannot separate which is from which river. Similarly, in a huge river, you cannot separate which is from which tributaries. That is Sayujyam, that ultimate union, understanding Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman. So that Mukti, Sayujya Mukti, what is that Mukti? Chara Charatmaka Tanudhyane. Just by meditating on embodiment of the Chara and Achara, that is stationary and moving. So the objects which are both movable and immovable, the embodiment of all these objects is Bhagavan. So Bhavani Pati, who is the consort of Bhavani. Chara Charatmaka Tanudhyane, just by meditating on you, Dhyana, just by meditating on you, who is the embodiment, you who are the embodiment of immovable and movable things, O Bhavani Pati, consort of Bhavani, Sayujyam Mama. Just by dhyana, I get your Sayujya Padavi, ultimate union with you. Kutra? Atra bhavati, not in some other life, some other place. Siddham atra bhavati. It is assured that I will experience this mukti here in this way. This is the greatness of Shankaracharya. He is telling us all these muktis, Sarupyam, Samipyam, Salokyam, including Sayujyam, understanding that you are Bhagavan himself and that union with Bhagavan. Atra siddham, here itself you will experience that. Swamin, Parameshwara, Kritarthaha Asmi, the purpose of my life is achieved. So this is the greatness of Shankaracharya and our Sanatana Dharma, where they tell you that right here, now, you can experience this. Of course, this is a very, very higher state of bhakti. Do we have examples? Yes, our Gopikas of Vrindavan, if you see, in the company of Krishna, each one becomes Krishna. Like we have verses where they say, Gopikas saw Krishna in their children. They saw Krishna in the cows and calves. Everything became Krishna to them. They didn't see anything else. The trees were Krishna, Yamuna Nadi is Krishna, cows and calves are Krishna, their children, husbands, everyone is Krishna, nothing apart from Krishna. So with that Utkrishta, that state of bhakti, yes, they will experience this where? Right there itself. In today's world also, we have very great examples of yogis, sadhus, and great bhaktas in our country who have attained this state. So very important verse, because 4 kinds of mukti: Sarupya Mukti, just by worshipping Shiva; Samipya Mukti, by singing the Samipya Mukti, by singing the glory of Shiva, Mahadeveti Sankirtane; Salokya Mukti, in the company of Shiva Bhaktas, and speaking about the greatness of Bhagavan Shiva, like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says, Machchitta Madgata Pranaha Bodhayantah Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti. they enjoy and they are satisfied in the company of each other. Machittaha, thinking about me. Madgata pranaha, their life itself is Bhagavan. Bodhayantah parasparam, parasparam bodhayantaha. They talk to each other. Kathayantascha mam nityam, always speaking about me. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So that is what is described here as Salokya Mukti. And the ultimate Sayujya Mukti is Shiva Dhyanam itself. So, Atra Siddham Bhavati. In Shaundarya Lahari also, Dase. We don't have time this class, so maybe next class I will quickly mention about that verse, because in Saundarya Lahari, in that verse he says, when a bhakta just says Bhavanitvam, Devi is so pleased and grants him Sayujya Padavim, the ultimate Sayujya Padavi you grant Devi right there. So when we study this, we should mention about that also. We will do it in the next class. So very important verse, 4 kinds of mukti. We will now quickly chant it, understanding the meaning. Sarupyam tava pujane Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane Salokyancha Characharatmakatanuddhyane Bhavani Pate Sayujyam Mama Siddhamatra Bhavati Swamin Kritarthosmyaham. Kshamyatam, I took a few minutes extra, but we had to, this has to be, all these things have to be told in this verse. Sarvebhyaha dhanyavadaha. We will conclude as usual with Shanti Mantraha. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ram Ram Ram. Thank you all for attending and for bearing with these 10 minutes or so which we took extra. And we will meet in the next class and continue learning. Thank you to our panelists, Aditi and Charu. Dhanyavadaha. Ram Ram Ram. Punarmilamaha.